Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's Daniela here. I hope you all are doing amazing. I'm doing great, okay? Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. I'm wishing you a lot this year. May God continue to work on y'all lives in a more supernatural way. May the Lord continue to bless you and keep you and shine his face upon you and be gracious to you all. I am wishing you all the best this year. So how y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing great. I'm doing great, and I don't know why I'm leaning on the counter right now. I am literally on the counter beside the sink. I'm supposed to wash dishes. I have a cup. You know what? That's beside the point. That's not why we're filming. I'm not telling y'all what I'm supposed to be doing, but hey. Anyways, let me get something to drink because we need to talk. We gotta talk. We gotta get 2024 started on the right path and just really mentally up there. I'll be right back. Get yourself a drink, get yourself whatever you need, and yeah, let's get talking. Happy New Year, y'all. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's Daniela here. I hope you all are doing amazing. I am doing great. So yeah, we are already in 2024, y'all. And when I tell you, it is surreal. God has been good. God has been merciful. God has been just great. And I'm so grateful that I get to be in 2024. If you asked me a few years ago that I'll be where I am today, I'll be like, nah, you're lying. But the mercy of God has been great. So let's get into this video today. So I'm still literally reflecting on how 2023 went and what God did for me in 2023, and just reflecting, because it's good to sit down and reflect on days, on years that God has given you. And sometimes it might feel scary or it might feel doubting that there are some years that are great than others, better than others, or something like that. But it's good to be mindful of the days that God gives you, because time goes by fast. And I don't know why I keep saying that. I was at my sister's 2 weeks, this past 2 weeks, and when I tell you time goes by so fast, it does go by so fast. So reflecting on your days and your time kind of make it a big deal to you on how you spend it, because each time, the time that you don't reflect on goes by and you don't think about it. So making sure reflecting on your time and what you're spending your time on, it should be everyone, in everyone's life. You should have that time to reflect on your weeks, on your days, like literally every day. Reflect on what you've been spending time on, because you don't understand how much valuable time is to you until you realize you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, and you have nothing to show up for it. And that's when things becomes a little bit, it becomes sad, because the regret starts settling in the older you get. You start regretting not doing the things God has called you to do. You started regretting not taking the risk that you were supposed to do. That's why I feel like I have become more mindful, and I've always been a person who I'm an overthinker, and I am working on that, not to be overly obsessed about the things and all of that and what is not going right and stuff like that. And God has been working on my overthinking a lot. And that's one of the things about reflecting. You can get so focused on one particular thing of the past to the point where it debilitates you, to the point where you are unable to move forward from that particular thought. That's why I feel like when you're reflecting, don't reflect about the things that only went wrong. Reflect on the things that went right too, because guess what? They both happened. They did both happen, so it kind of helped you frame your mindset in a way that it's like, okay, this is what happened this year, this is what did not happen, this is what I could have done better, this is what I did good and I can improve on. It helps you on improving the strategy on how to go on about life. So that's what's good. I've been having a hard time sitting down and just putting down my to-dos, to put it down on what is it that I personally want to accomplish this year. Not because I can't do it. I can do it, but I have to make sure that it's not coming from a selfish place where I only want to accomplish everything that is me, 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 me. I also want to make sure that God's will is what is being accomplished in my life. So, and I think that's a big thing. In the last couple of years, I've done a little bit of stepping back on doing New Year resolutions. Not because they're not great and all of that, it's just because from the place that they're coming from are not genuine. The places that are coming from, it's to be better than someone, or to compare someone, or to do this and this. I want to accomplish all these 100 goals, and realistically, bro, it ain't gonna happen. You are a human being, you don't have supernatural powers. You can't be multiple places at once. It ain't gonna happen. So, and I've realized to step back, and because I know for a fact that when I write a lot of goals down, I will beat myself up for not accomplishing all of them, not knowing that I am a human. I have limitation. I have other things that comes with life. I have things that need to be done. There's a lot going on. You cannot just write everything down and think that you're a machine where you can program yourself to do all things at once. So that's one of the things that I started refraining to do to myself, because you start self-sabotaging, you start doubting yourself, you start getting in a place where you don't even trust the words you say to yourself. So reflecting for me, or putting my New Year's resolution, quote unquote, has become more of a prayer time and asking God the things that need to be accomplished in my life. Because if I get to accomplish all the things that I want in my life, but then miss God's purpose, yeah, I don't know if that's any good for me. If I end up reflecting 40 years from now and I see that I missed out on what God's will for me, I would regret it for the rest of my life. So instead of me lining up everything I want to accomplish, I want my will to be lined up with God's will. Literally. That's my goal this year, okay? I want to go on God's timing. I want to go on God's schedule. And that's not to say that I don't make plans. That's not to say that I ignore the things that need to be accomplished. That's to say that you are more intentional about the things that you do. You are including God, or you're making God to be the guide of the things that you do. You can't just wake up and be your own God. It does not make sense. And making yourself an idol, you will only fail yourself. So those are the things that has been popping in my mind. Is, Daniela, from what, like deep down inside, where is this coming from? What is the place, what is your intention about this particular goal? What is your intention behind the things you want to accomplish? Because if all the intention about the things I want to accomplish are just literally selfish, then it's not from God. Because y'all know, God is selfish. So that is not one of characters of God. So that's one of the things. This year, I pray that everyone is setting their goals in a way that is more pleasing to God. Because you can set all this goal and please men and end up failing. But if your goals are lined up with the will of God, I can see it making sense. And I've seen that make sense more. Last year was a pretty interesting year, and I have seen God work literally in real time. And that's like, the less I plan about me, the more God works in me and does things that are above and beyond and that surpass my understanding. Just be intentional about what you're doing. That's it. So that's what I've been doing. I pray that this 2024 year you reflect on your 2023, the 2022, reflect on all the years you've been here on this planet Earth. See what you've missed out on. See what you have succeeded in. What can you improve? What can you ditch? and what can help you move forward in your walk with God, in your walk with men, in everything that you do. God, like, what is it that can be improved? Because it's better to work on one goal and do it well than to work on 1,000 of them and not do well in them. So pick a focus thing that you want to focus on. If it's your career, you pick that and make sure you are focusing on that particular area in your life. Don't try to do 1,000 things at once. I've realized I'm not good at multitasking. They say women are so good at multitasking, but girl, please. I can do a couple of things at once, but multitasking as in multitasking? Yeah. No, my brain don't work like that, because I realized one thing. I can multitask, but the things that I'm multitasking on are not done properly. So be more mindful on the things that you focus on, the people you hang around. What is it that you can remove in your life that will improve your life? What is it that you can include in your life that will improve it? Because I think the goal is not to look like someone or to be someone or to be like someone, but to be more like Christ, is to be a better version than you were yesterday, because improving is something that is beneficial for yourself. If you see that year to year you have the same goal and nothing get accomplished, you know the saying that if you're doing the same thing and still get the same result, you know things are wrong. It's not making sense. It's not working. So find other strategical way to do things that will result you in something. Find a way to get things to work, okay? If you see that you planning to work out 5 times a week has never worked for you, but it's something that you always write on your goals, that needs to be adjusted. You know, 5 times, and you know for a fact that even 2 times is never happening in your life. Yeah, you know, those are the things that they might seem small, but there's these big goals. We see ourselves becoming these big things, not knowing that there's some characters, there's some discipline that will need to be worked on, there's this little adjustment in life that need to be worked on. And those are the little things that you need to look into when you're setting up your goals. If you think that self-discipline is something that you find hard to discipline yourself, let's say, I'm not gonna eat this chocolate, but somehow you end up eating it. Those are the little things that you realize is like, okay, I tell myself I'm going to do something, but I end up not doing it. I tell myself I'm not going to do something, but I end up doing that. So those are the little things that your discipline is cultivated. Someone says your character needs to be cultivated, and that's a big thing that I've seen in myself, that my character needs discipline, need to be shaped, because that's one of the things that I've realized. You can grow up, you can blossom and all of that, but if your character is sucks, for lack of better word, then a lot of things in your life are just gonna be, yeah. So make sure that your goals make sense. Like, break it down, you know? Go one thing at a time. Don't try to accomplish everything at once. It's not going to work. Tried it, doesn't work. Like, write the goals that you want to accomplish, but make sure that you focus on the things that are priority, not just everything. Okay, I know this year is going to be a big year for a lot. It's going to be a year of a lot of pruning and refining and change and transformation and all of that. It's going to be a year where there's a lot going to happen, but I believe God is a good God, and I believe God that it's going to be amazing. And I pray that you believe that this year is going to be amazing. Pray that you keep God in it, because without God, you can try to change all you can, but you can't do it by yourself. You need the help of God. You need the help of the Holy Spirit for you to change everything. You need God to work everything together for your good. If God is not working together for your good, nobody is. So trust that God got your back. Anyways, I'm done talking, y'all. I'm going to start posting more often, okay? Then, because your girl starts slacking on YouTube, child. It's a mess. So consistency is one of the things that God want me to work on, and I'ma be about that life, okay? I'ma be about the consistent life, because I do not like to be inconsistent. It's not the will of God for me to be inconsistent. It is not. God likes consistency. God likes structure. God likes self-discipline. And that's one of the things that I want to be. I want to be what God likes. Okay, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all in my next one. I'm gonna try and post a couple times a week. That's reaching, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So happy New Year, and I'll talk to y'all in my next one. Bye.